Let's get into this next episode and have a great conversation about Clinton's welfare reform and the myth of the welfare queen. This edition of Live from the Mothership. Let's have this conversation, good people. Look, in 1996, Bill Clinton signed the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act. The name sounded noble, but what it really did was ended 60 years of social safety nets for poor families, especially black ones. For decades, the image of the welfare queen, a lazy black woman gaming the system, had weaponized in politics. It started with Ronald Reagan in 1976, who told stories about a woman from Chicago's South Side with 80 names, 30 addresses, and 12 social security cards. He never mentioned she wasn't representative of anyone, but the story stuck. By the 1990s, Democrats were trying to prove they could be tough on welfare too. Clinton promised to end welfare as we know it, and with that, he cut access, added work requirements, and handed power to the states. See, this is that important piece of history that you got to understand. When they start talking about states' rights, they're really really advancing the solid South. This is really racism on a state level. But there's another conversation to be had. But within a few years from this, millions of families, mostly black and brown women, were pushed into low-wage jobs, stripped of health care, and told their poverty was a personal failure. Even a name change from aid to families with dependent children to temporary assistance for needy families. Temporary because help now came with a timer. The same country that gave billions of dollars in bailouts to corporations still shames single mothers for food stamps. Make it make sense. That's not policy. That's punishment disguised as productivity. And it all began with a myth that never died, with a myth that was never true, and with a myth that continued to live today. If you like this conversation and want more, follow Urban Intellectuals. This is where Black history lives, breathes, and belongs to us again. Till next time, good people, love, peace, and power to the people.